Boitumelo Tulo. Actor, model, TV personality, entrepreneur, and most importantly, GrimmTV's second wife.
Hey, Bo!
Hey, but baby, we always fight about
I meant
this.
to say.
You know what, I think you need to accept my culture.
And what is your culture?
Let me do the damn video and we'll talk about this later, okay? Anyway, the first time I saw Boity was on Skyroom Live, but apparently she was on YoTV before that presenting the Crib Notes feature on the Kid Variety show. Boity started to grow in popularity, but the first time Boity really caught the mainstream's attention was the day me and her started dating. On the Marie Claire shoot. The chat about my girl was crazy at the time, that people even forgot I was in the picture. In fact, this was one of the DMs that she got from some guy called Rufile. Apparently that dude had the #1 song at the time and was fixing to fill up some arena called the Dome. So she broke up with me and dated him. This in effect brought a lot of popularity around Boity's brand. This also tied in with the acting she did on some of the biggest TV shows such as Rockville and presenting Club 808. Boity would be a certified superstar personality, garnering endorsement deals from brands like USN and Sissy Boy. Then I met my first wife at the time. Her and that Rufile guy broke up. Being with me, she rocketed her fame even more as I started to give her the game about the music industry. Then, she said something crazy.
Firstly, this passion for music and rapping, it's been there for many years.
After showing her rap skills, rapping Nasty C's verse on the Juice Back remix, Boity would build up more rumors regarding her rap music until the 27th of August 2018.
When it's time to get some very close.
Alright, before we go any further, song of the day. This is my guy, Steezy McLovin.
I stole her heart, ngimambe ingoons. I told him my plug is a para. She said I'm bad, wouldn't talk to my Josies. Aye boo, phethe lo sisi ophethe makho. Aye boo, ungiphethe kahle ngizokuthengela inkomo. Aye boo, uphethe no sweet uzongihlangisa qho. Bread when I grind for this song. Ngitshela ukuthi blind Stevie one. I'll take it out on grind like it's gun. She only on my mind cause it can. She wanna build but can't. Colored bitch, she wanted designer. Her mama is black, she off-white like her father. You miss on my pie.
Shout out to Steezio. The visuals is crazy. I need more music videos like this in my life. Entitlement. This is the one word I always run into when I hear unknown rappers complaining. Whenever a new artist is being celebrated, there are always a band of musicians that have an issue with their come up. I recently did a video about Anika Kiana, a great and talented artist who I saw was being accused of being an industry plant online. I went down the years to figure out who else had been burdened with this title. One person I was surprised to see was Billie Eilish. I dare anyone to say Billie Eilish isn't talented right now. Exactly, no one. And if you did respond, I didn't hear you because this is a pre-recorded video, Slim and Dean. Here is the basic argument for industry plants. Money. People hate that money was poured into their careers in order for them to bring them out to the mainstream channels. I got a question for you. Have you paid for a Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube ad? Have you paid for a taxi ride to a gig you did for free? Have you paid for studio equipment or studio time to record? Now explain to me the difference between you and the record label that paid for Billie Eilish is. To me, the only difference is in the amount paid for these things. You paid $150 for Facebook ads, whereas Billie's team paid $150,000 for billboard ads and influencer posts. You paid 60 Rand for an Uber from your crib to the gig. Billie's team paid $3 million in touring fees just for exposure. You paid $3,000 for a Focusrite or PreSonus studio in a box and probably downloaded an FL Studio crack version while downloading all the free sound packs. Billy's team paid thousands for their home studio and also paid hundreds of thousands for engineering and production costs. The next argument. Artists have been doing this for a long time, deserve the money in promotion. Look, I'm not going to entertain this for too long. Even if I started rapping yesterday and I got a record deal today, what makes you more deserving of getting that deal? Must we feel sorry for you because you've been rapping since you were 8?
I deserve to be rich. Shut the fuck up!
Rest bafowethu, rest. Akuyolaliwa sekusebusuku bafowethu.
Entitlement. So the same people have an issue with Boity being a rapper. From the chat online, it looks like it's because she didn't come out as a rapper until late in her career. So I guess that means she isn't a rapper because no reason? Get it? Cause no reason. Still nothing. Never mind. First of all, unless you want to catch these YouTube hands, stop talking shit about my wife. Secondly, let's see why this is a faulty line of reasoning. Story. When a potential customer wants to buy a product, they're looking to buy a story. Think about yourself. Let me make an example. Why do you drink Black Label? Try and think about the first time you bought a Black Label beer. It was within budget, yes, but so was Budweiser. And you still decided to buy Zamalek. Why did you buy Black Label? I mean, we all know what the chat around Black Label is. It's for alcoholic. Old people drink it. It's a cheap alcohol. It tastes bad, yada yada yada. But then, here you are drinking it. Why? Before I tell you, what's the chat around Budweiser? And that right there is your answer. The exact same reason people mention that they don't drink Carling Black Label is literally why they would pick it over Budweiser. You've seen Black Label since you were a kid, being enjoyed by your uncle, your aunts, older sisters, older brothers, abo bamncane, labo magas. They even have a soccer league named after the company. Champion men drink champions beer.
A champion's man drink a champion's beer.
Black Label has a story. You're drinking the Black Label story. Same with Savannah. I don't think there's any South African that doesn't know the line.
It's dry, but you can drink it.
It doesn't just have to be alcohol. I asked you guys in a poll what you would rather invest your money in. A company called Alphabet Inc. or Nike. Most of you answered with Nike. Now, if you weren't informed that Alphabet is the parent company of Google, then you probably would have been bummed to find out that your earnings could have been better spent. But don't be so hard on yourself, because Nike is a name that we all grew up saying. It's a brand that is worn by your favorite musician, to your favorite soccer player, down to your neighborhood role models. Everyone knows Nike. Bro. These companies are recognized because they all have a story within our lives. Boity is like Black Label. GrimmTV is a champion. Get it? Still nothing. Come on! Boity has a story. When someone is looking for someone new to play on their playlist, who do you think they're gonna rather click on? Boity or Skrum Rapper X? Why? Because the chat around Boity is that she dated that Refilwe guy, she went viral after Marie Claire, touched the lives of so many people before, and has a huge presence online. Now tell me, what is the chat around Skrum Rapper X? And that's why Universal would rather sign a Boity. Now, I can already hear you even from this pre-recorded video. So I just tell my story and I'll be rich and famous. Well, no. One thing that brings a movie's rating down is when we're told something instead of shown whatever it is. Remember that scene in Inception when Ariadne is learning how to build in Cobb's subconscious? Well, Cobb is giving us some spiel about I don't even remember. But then she asked the question.
What happens when you start messing with the physics of it all?
Now, the director and the script writers could have just had Cobb answer and tell us straight. Because the person who's dreaming will know that someone else is in the dream and start hurting you. Boring! Instead, the director slowly gets all the other pedestrians to start mean mugging Ariadne and push her around until ultimately...
Get off of him. Back up. Hey, back up! Mom! Get off! Mom! Let me go! Mom! Let me go! Mom! Wake me up! Mom! Wake me up! Mom! Wake me up! Wake me up! Wake me up!
and you're left sitting in your seat like, oh shit! Okay, cool. Messing with dreams, bad. It took a bit longer to get the point across, but it left a mark in your heart. Basically, you gotta find ways to give us, the audience, a story. Take time out and build this story out. It doesn't even have to be a real story, but a story nonetheless. So before you go and buy Facebook ads, open a TikTok account, and scream that you're a rapper, give us a story that we can remember. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Now, a lot of people have issues with presenters becoming musicians because it seems like a money outlet for them. However, that's a poor man's mentality. I don't want to get into music finance right now, but I can tell you that if you have an issue with companies and individuals spending money to promote products, then you live on the wrong planet. Everything needs money to be promoted, and only the lucky ones don't use money for promotion. It literally takes years to build up a good story. Most of the time, it's people who don't have money who hustle their way through the industry. Boity had to drop out of university because her mother couldn't afford her education fees. It literally took years of hard work for her to get to a point where her first single that she ever dropped goes gold. There was no money when she was on GrimmTV. There was no money when she was on Skyroom. She built her name from the same bottom that you're in right now. Yes, she's using music as another revenue stream, but so will you one day if you know what's right for you. Do you think I'm fine getting 2K views for a video? Hell no. I want 1 million views in a day. Do you think I'm just gonna do YouTube forever? No. I literally built this YouTube account to jumpstart my music career. However, I cannot jump the gun. I have to build my story. I have to go through each step of building my story until I have everyone singing the song on the outro.
Bitch, I am broke. I ain't gon' trip. I show my Nikes, you asked for the whip. Had to pay rent. Told my landlord, little bitch, I spend all that shit on my drip. Suck on my dick, I bust on your lip. Do that little shit where you bounce on my D. I stepped in this beat with 2 fake IDs. My name's all I need, like doobie doobie. Smoke on my weed, doobie. I'm higher than canopy, seasonal trees. Sip on that lean.
Walk.
Tip to the dip, bitch, I'm causing a scene. Tell KFC, man, they serving the fiend.